Thanks for staying with us. We're going to go straight into the front pages of the papers. The nation, let's convert our diversity to prosperity, says Tinubu.
Awesome.
Picture here of our president congratulating His Holiness Pope Leo XIV after the inauguration yesterday. Omokri, Utomi's shadow government plan alien. Alake, China's electric vehicle plant coming. MPC to retain interest rate in bid to bring down inflation. Yakasai, nobody has capacity to unseat Tinubu. And can Nigeria first policy fire up sluggish manufacturing sector? Okay, let's start with the story.
Yeah, the major headline. So they said Nigeria's diversity should be harnessed to create prosperity for the people. This was according to our president while he was in Rome, Italy yesterday. He spoke during a meeting with the Catholic Bishops' Conference on the sidelines of the inauguration mass for Pope Leo XIV at St. Peter's Square in Vatican. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was among the 30 heads of states, state governments who witnessed the official coming into the office of Pope Leo XIV, who was voted as the 267th Pontiff by the cardinals on May 8th. So according to the spokesman, Bayo Nanuga, the president said, if we use our diversity not for adversity but for prosperity, the country's hope is stability and progress. Now, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria President Archbishop Lucius Ugoji also expressed appreciation to the president for facilitating their visit to Rome for the burial of the late Pope Francis and the installation of his successor. Ugoji, who is the Archbishop of Owerri, said, and I quote, "You are always there for us. Now that you have come to the Vatican, whenever we have our conference in Nigeria, we'll also invite you, and we look forward to interfacing with you just as you were able to do with the Holy Father." There were other clerics at the meeting, including the Archbishop Ignatius Kaigema of Abuja, Archbishop Alfred Martins of Lagos, and Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka of the Sokoto Diocese. They had another meeting with the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, and the president reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to promoting interfaith dialogue, tolerance, and cooperation in a world increasingly challenged by religious and ideological polarization. They went ahead to discuss other issues, talking about peace, mutual respect, global solidarity, and everything that will make Nigeria and other countries in the world move forward. So congratulations to the Pope, the new Pope that has been installed, and the fact that our president is not a Christian, but he was able to attend the Vatican. Let's see how these collaborations work. We are still.
Well, they invited all the 32 states. So why is Tinubu going now? Is to talk a conversation.
Our president went, please. We have to celebrate our president for going there.
Because he's not Christian.
He could have sent any other person to go.
Because he's Muslim, he must honor an invitation. In Islam, you must honor an invitation.
And it's good. It's a good conversation.
He did something for the country. He's good. The Monetary Policy Committee will sit today. Headed by the CBN governor, they will sit today to decide whether our interest rates would go up to control or remain the same or drop to control inflation. So the MBC, that's the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, last week released their latest consumer price index, and it showed very good decline in inflation. According to the readings, inflation rate dropped by 52 basis points from 24.23% in March to 23.71% in April. And according to them, it declined by 1.86% in April, and showed a lot of price decline and stability of prices in certain areas. So experts are advising on, I don't want to read out all the experts that the nation had interviewed, but they are saying this will do well for the Monetary Policy Committee to retain things based on this information, especially because there are other areas that the Naira is struggling, and they would rather just keep things as they are or further drop things to make the country better.
Let me take Reno Omokri, who was saying concerning Patutomi's plan for a shadow government. So he said the shadow government is alien to presidential system of government that we're practicing. That's according to Reno Omokri, the former presidential spokesman. He stated this in a statement. He was saying that it would be offensive to start an idea which is totally unconstitutional. Forming a shadow government under a presidential system of government is treason, he said, adding that you cannot try it in the United States, for example. He says a shadow government is allowed in the parliamentary system because Westminster forms of government do not have separation of powers, unlike presidential systems which we have of governments where we have the executive and the legislature are fused. To provide checks and balances to shadow government, a shadow government is provided for in the constitution of parliamentary democracies. He explained that forming and participating in a shadow government requires a person to be elected member of parliament, noting that this condition applies only to the party that finished second in the general election. So he was just trying to appeal again to Patotomi that the issue of shadow government should be shelved and not carried out as planned.
So I want to take the story of the Nigerian. That's someone that is over 90, right? Yes. His elder statesman, Alhaji Tanko Yakasai, yesterday reflected on the early preparations for the presidential election in 2027, and he was of the opinion, which he verbalized, that nobody has the capacity to unseat our president. And when asked to analyze the president's, the administration's effectiveness so far, he said he would do that later. But what he is focusing on now is that the crop of other politicians that are vying for presidential position, that none of them have what it takes to unseat the president. He was a special advisor to, he's currently 99 years old. So like really, he's a very, very elder statesman. He advised the Nigerians and politicians not to focus on ethnicity and anything that is divisive. He said that he wants politicians to focus on people-centered, masses-centered actions and plans, that our politicians should see politics as a dynamic game that he will advise them to play the game on the basis of ideology and program. Let's envision a way that would help the country, not targeting just to be ministers, governors, and presidents. So that for me was a very good one, because many people now, the political move is not even about governance, it's about how to position themselves to remain politically relevant rather than focus on the people. A 99-year-old is speaking, listen. Okay,
The Punch. Atiku Kam offers Obi vice presidential role in one-term deal. FG's electricity debt balloons by 800 billion naira, says Senate. Japa doctor drain devastates 12 states. Kwara governor urges calm after boat tragedy, claims 37 lives. Lagos probes Katsina workers' recruitment by Dangote refinery. Tinubu approves licenses for North Oil project. And CBN slashes federal government loans by 4 trillion naira. Tinubu Obi Fayemi share light moment at Pope's inauguration. Okay, let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the stories from The Punch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.